So both Byzantium and Scotland are continuing to make some pretty big moves for more cities. We might see Rome fall here, the Roman capital, I should say, but Byzantium is going to lose a lot of units in the process. Scotland is going after Denmark, surprisingly. I didn't think that that was a war that really mattered, but clearly it does. And another great power that clearly showed its dominance in this game and a potential for a victory was Russia. We saw a window that popped up that showed that Russia has almost twice as much military units as the second place person, which was Egypt. Russia has got almost 100,000 units, 100,000 military ranks, or what is it? I don't know, military manpower, something like that. Whereas Egypt was only at like 50,000. So crazy, as well as their building of the Great Firewall is going to prevent someone like Byzantium or Egypt from becoming influential with them. So yeah, Catherine certainly showed her strength, and Russia is now to be taken seriously. I was taking her seriously for a while, but now she's really got to be taken seriously. Both Russia and Byzantium, excuse me, have kind of made great leaps in catching Egypt, and I think they have. I think both have equally caught Egypt in separate ways. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to catch them all in the info addicts, which we're going to show. And I promise you guys we look at this. I'm sure Egypt's still going to be dominating for the most part. But they're really creeping up fast, and there are certain routes that Byzantium might be more powerful than Egypt. Certain categories, I guess, or Russia could be more powerful than Egypt. We'll see. But in terms of population, obviously Egypt is still winning with twice as much as Byzantium, even with all the acquisition of these new cities. But you got to remember that Byzantium obviously kills a lot of the population when they destroy units or when they destroy cities like that and take them over. Crop yield still Egypt's. Manufactured goods. This is a little bit closer. Now, this explains why Egypt is building so many wonders. But Russia has built up the Great Firewall. I mean, Byzantium and Russia, I think, they're building the right things. And they've got enough production to build the things that they want to build. Where Egypt's kind of staying peaceful, trying to chill, not doing too much, but who knows how long that's going to last. Spain in 4th place, Shanghai in 5th place. In terms of GNP, Egypt's winning, but Byzantium is right behind them, not too far behind. Byzantium, Russia almost tied for 2nd place. Egypt's still at 5 million square kilometers. Here we go. Military manpower. How's this looking now? Okay, so this looks a little bit different. So it looks like Egypt has really caught up, and I'm not sure exactly what that window was. I'm not sure what the difference is in terms of numbers. There's clearly a pretty big difference, but it looks like Russia isn't as powerful as we thought, or Egypt had just built a bunch of military units. They've just built a bunch of military units. I mean, everything else looks about the same, I think. It does look about the same, unless I read that wrong. I don't know, but nonetheless, Russia still is more powerful than Egypt, and significantly more powerful because Russia has control over 4 atomic bombs, and they're already in the front of northern Egypt, so we might need to keep an eye on that. This is the surprising one, Hungary. Hungary in 3rd place with almost 400,000, and they're not doing anything. Don't know what's going on there, but I want to figure it out. Scotland and Byzantium making their big gains in 4th and 5th place spot. Spain not too far behind these guys. Neither is Askia of Shanghai. So we'll have to keep all that in mind. Norway, Hittites, and Poland 8, 9, and 10. In terms of, let's just skip over this stuff. Always skip over this middle part. Here we go. Technologies. Egypt still winning, but only 2 techs above Spain. Byzantium. Russia seems like wait a second. No, Russia is tied. Oh my gosh. Russia and Egypt are tied in terms of technologies. Byzantium and Spain tied for 2nd place with 65. Scotland, Poland tied for 3rd place with 63. Oh man, I can't believe that Russia's caught them. Byzantium is going to start to catch up in categories too, though. It's just like I said, you got to wait a few times because most of those cities that they've just acquired are going to start to build up. Obviously, most of the population gets destroyed, but they get back that population pretty quickly with the farms and the food yield that the city already has, as well as buildings and stuff like that. All matter too. Net gold, don't care about. Let's look at overall cities. Egypt, but 16 for Byzantium, not too far behind. They might even get one more here. So pretty big deal. Russia only at 13, but they look a lot stronger than 13. Culture, wonders. Wonders technically still Byzantium is number 1. Scotland number 2 with 7. Egypt catching up fast, though. Egypt's been building quite a bit late in the game. Total faith, don't care about. Influence. Let's see where the influence is at. Byzantium, now influential with 11 out of the, what are we at, like 30 civs? 30... We're at 27 civs now. Jeez. Now, even though Egypt has more great works, Byzantium, I think, has got more, I guess, better relationships, you know what I mean? Better diplomatic modifiers that's helping them out a bit more. Overall tourism, it goes to definitely Egypt. But Byzantium not too far behind. Let's go ahead and check in on that. Let's check in on the cultural overview screen, see what we got. So, yeah, we saw that they're 11, influential with 11 out of the 26. Oh, there's 26, that's right. Because I don't count, right? Yeah. So there's only 26. Oh, interesting. And how is Egypt doing? Are they falling with anybody? They're not. They're not. Scotland, though, is going to take 827 turns to catch. And Scotland's on the other side of the map. See, that's the thing. Scotland growing in the British Isles is a big deal because most of the power has been consolidated up until this point to the Middle East. And that was between the Hittites, Byzantium, Russia, and Egypt. Not anymore. These powers are still strong. I think the Hittites have kind of fallen a little bit because they haven't continued to expand through like military means. But now that Scotland is strong and they're continuing to grab more cities, no one can really stop them. You know what I mean? But no one really can come over here. There's no great power besides maybe Spain, maybe Songhai. Although Songhai hasn't made it a priority to build a navy, they're just a little bit too far. And Spain has been, oh my gosh, just kind of I don't know how to explain them. Up and down, I guess. Disappointment, I guess, for the most part. But they're still powerful. That's the thing. They're still strong. You can't count them out. Final thing I wanted to check was... I wanted to check that again. I wanted to go here, and then I want to check Byzantium and see how they're doing. So they're falling with Egypt. That's bad. That's very bad, because Egypt's not falling with Byzantium. But they will be certainly grabbing a few more influential statuses with a few more of these nations, rising slowly with Germany. I'm surprised there's no revolutions that have taken place. A lot of these freedom and autocracy nations have been under civil, revolutionary wave for a long time. Yeah, Byzantium's going fast. Where was that at? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. So yeah, no one is... Have they settled down? Yeah, no, these revolutionary waves are still going on. Pretty crazy, the stuff there. I know there's been one revolution that I missed. I believe there was one revolution so far that I've missed. But yeah, no, autocracy, freedom, autocracy, freedom. If Germany somehow switches, which I think they might, then that would be the end of freedom at least. And they'd probably switch to order. So that would help Byzantium out quite a bit. Roman Austria have peaced out. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn. And I'll probably next video we'll look at borders. Look at like the political map mode and stuff like that. Because the borders are looking really interesting. And I think the borders are going to look even more interesting soon here. Like I really want like a really well-designed map almost to maybe like graph out these borders, because these borders are really interesting. I think they look somewhat clean, you know what I mean? Relatively clean for this point in the game. Let's see what Byzantium does. So they have 3 artillery attacks. They can potentially use these machine guns, and they have a melee attack here too. They've got another artillery ready to embarking. These guys might get destroyed. Okay, there you go. Rome is in the yellow in its health. They're pillaging. These machine guns are pillaging. They've got 4 artillery attacks now. Now, if they watch over these melee units, then they should be able to take over Rome, I think. Now, placing this melee unit across the river is not a good idea. And more than likely, this guy's going to get destroyed anyways. So this melee unit better be careful. Is there any more? Yeah, there's one more coming, but it looks like he's going to embark. So this might be a while. It's going to be deadly for sure. But it might take a while if it even happens. If it even happens, then it's going to take a long time. Poland went to war with the Netherlands, and that has been... I think it's going to be another disaster. Netherlands are too small, too focused. 3 cities very tightly together. AIs are going to have a tough time taking them. Someone like from this region, from Poland's territory, is going to have a tough time taking them. I think France could do a good job for taking Brussels, but it's kind of too late. They're not there technology-wise. France still have great war infantry, whereas the Dutch are an infantry unit, so they're 2 techs above, two technology levels above. Norway, again, is going to try to take over Sweden. We also might lose Sumer here. Maybe not, actually. Hittites have not done as good of a job as we thought. Theodora's plotting against Sweden. Ramsey's plotting against Stephen of Hungary. Oh, that's an interesting one, because Hungary's got a big military. Well, you're plotting against them. That doesn't mean much. Hittites have built a bigger navy. Look at that navy. Looking good. It's looking like it can maybe stand up to Byzantium. Potentially. Everyone's still at war with England, but no one's going after Braga. Unless maybe battleships get involved. Nothing, I don't think, too significant will happen there. Big old Russia doing their thing. Not really. I don't know if they're going to go after Sumer. They could help out the Hittites quite a bit. I don't know if the Hittites are going to be able to do it alone, but we might lose even more of these smaller nations. I mean, we might be down to about 20 civs at the end of this. Boom. Rome is in the red. If they can hold on to this melee unit, then they're going to be okay. They've got another one coming. They actually have the anti-aircraft guns that could do something. But Rome looks like it's going to be taken. And how many units does Byzantium still control? They still have a lot of naval units, but they're mainly submarines. Again, they wouldn't be able to defend at all against a land attack from someone like Russia. But I don't know if I don't think Russia's interested in that. Russia doesn't seem very interested in that. Hungary's going after another colony. At least somebody's doing it. Jeez. Somebody's doing it. It's about dang time. Oh my gosh, Norway. Yeah, so you're definitely going to take this over, especially with the open borders through Danish territory. And look at this. Scotland has a... they're beginning their siege. I think they're going to begin their siege of Copenhagen. There's a great war bomber inside there. Who are you plotting against? Milan. Okay. And Ramses is also plotting against Milan. Sweden and Switzerland have peaced out. Okay, so big region of the map here. Denmark would still control quite a bit of power. They still have 2 cities there. They still have 2 cities here. So they'd be fine. Well, I mean that would destroy them, ultimately. That would be bad if they lost their capital. But I think they've already done enough damage. Taking over this city was a pretty massive deal. All right, let's check in on the Italian peninsula. So I don't know if Rome's turn is processed yet. I don't think it has, because I'm pretty sure this unit's going to get destroyed. Oh, maybe it hasn't. Boom. Rome gone. Byzantium did that very efficiently, really fast. Byzantium has taken back the Roman Empire. Byzantium has united the ancient Roman Empire at 2012 AD. This is amazing. The reunification of the Roman Empire. Except this is the Eastern Roman Empire. I can't believe this. This is crazy. This is very entertaining. Oh my gosh, look at that. Iceland. Iceland's built the Manhattan Project. Not some of these nations haven't even. A lot of these nations haven't built the Manhattan Project, but Iceland has. That is pretty funny. All right, well, Byzantium, you need to watch out. If you hold on to this stuff, you'll be fine. You're going to be pretty set. But you got to start building things up because the Hittites are looking good. The Hittites are looking real good. They might be distracted though with their war with Sumer. What else do we have? 5 turns for the World Congress. Theodore is plotting against Napoleon. I don't know why I was only given 2 spies. There must have been a problem with one of these mods. I don't have a problem with it because the spies end up just being annoying in these campaigns. Just information, and I just get mad at how just broken the whole spy mechanic is in Civ 5, but still. Or it's not broken, but, you know, it's disappointing. They could have done a lot more with it. Scotland actually hasn't started the siege of Copenhagen just yet. Poland is trying hard for the Netherlands. This is the second time he's wanted to go after William, but it has not been successful. Submarines going after Braga, but Celts have not decided to join in. Spain, what you doing, man? You strong, but you disappointed at the same time. What happened here? Oh, I thought I saw something. Well, I did see something, but I thought I saw like a city exchange or something like that. All right, well, let's see how long it takes for Byzantium to rebuild that military. They've got about... They really need to build that back up in like 20 turns. I mean, this is going to be big because you're starting to see diplomatic negative modifiers that Theodora is gaining with all the other nations around them. See, I would be really scared if... oh, wow, boom. Sweden gone. So now Scandinavia is down to Copenhagen, Norway, and Scotland, pretty much. But I don't know if Copenhagen is going to fall. We'll see. I wonder if Norway is going to go after Denmark now. Denmark and Scotland must have a good relationship, or somewhat of a good relationship. They only went to war once. I thought they'd go to war a lot more than that, but they really haven't. Ramses constructing the Pentagon. Theodore's launched... Wait, is this... What? Oh, building up a sneak attack. Okay. Building up a sneak attack. That's keyword. Well, that's good for them that they're building up a sneak attack. They're not like... I thought it said they had launched a sneak attack. I was like, are you serious already? You're just playing with a disaster. You're a disaster waiting to happen. The Hittites look like they've really been working on their military. A lot of these are carriers, so that won't help out too much, but still. Battleships will do a lot of damage, especially to these frigates here. And I don't know if these guys are broken or what. Russia's built the Pentagon. Russia's denounced the Hittites. Russia's also denounced Norway. This might be good for Byzantium. Because they're so strong, maybe people aren't going to be as willing to denounce Byzantium. I'm not seeing any denouncements from Byzantium. I'm seeing it from Norway because Norway's not that strong, so everyone's like, yeah, let's denounce them because they're just a little weakling, you know what I mean? Norway's not a weakling, but yeah. The border's looking good. I think the borders are looking pretty dang good now. All right, so now we have finally a small moment of peace, I think. A very, very small moment of peace. Still waiting for some of these great powers to get back at it. Still waiting for Songhai and figuring out what they're going to do. I know they're going to do something. I just don't know who they're going to go after. We should probably make predictions now who's going to go after Carthage. If someone goes after Carthage. I mean, we still have a while. I don't want to say I'm ending it at turn 500. That might not happen. The game is really good. It might be another Civ 5 AI only worlds. The second one that I did, when we went to turn 550. We might do that. It depends. The series still gets a lot of views. It seems like you guys still very much enjoy the series. I certainly still enjoy the series. So you might go to 550, but we'll see. I will say because some of the campaigns in these AI only campaigns, yeah, they need to end. You know what I mean? Like some of them, it's like, okay, nothing else is going on. It's not, it's over. This has not been one of those campaigns. This is one of those campaigns where I think that, going to that extra 50 turns, we're going to see even more stuff happen, even more crazy stuff happen. But we'll see. It also depends on how long the turns begin to process. If they take a really long time to process, then I kind of have to end it. But we'll for sure go to 500, maybe 550, and then we'll either announce a winner or see if someone wins a cultural victory, which I think is still possible. It's going to be tough, but you have you've got a while to do it. You definitely have a long time to do it. How long is this resistance? Only 3 turns of resistance. So I'm thinking that might be because... Is that mechanic because they were maybe influential with Rome already? So the population wasn't as resistant to becoming a part of the Byzantium Empire? That seems like it would be it. That might be the case, but I don't know. If it is, I never noticed that mechanic. That's really cool. That's really freaking cool. But I don't know if it is. But yeah, like I said, if that's it, I'd love that. That's such a small detail I always overlooked, being influential with somebody. But we'll see. And maybe even a familiar status. Maybe that limits the amount of resistance. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. We have a small moment of peace. Byzantium has finished their war with Rome, and Sweden has been eliminated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.